You guys hear about this ProPublica hit piece that like almost was but never became? Apparently, there's some more details about it, and it just made Hegseth defense secretary. That's what everybody's thinking. Let's get into it, guys. Yo, guys, they keep trying to smear this dude Pete Hegseth left and right, making up all types of stuff about him, while the people close to him are saying, yo, that's not the Hegseth I know. Yo, I've never seen him do those things. He doesn't smell like that when I'm around him, bro, about the alcohol and all that stuff, right? Yo, you guys let me know. Are you buying it? Do you believe what they're saying about Pete Hegseth? Is he a nasty dude? Is he a sketchy dude? Or do you think he's a solid dude with the right kind of background, the type of dude that we might need here, and really they just trying to throw a bunch of smears at him, man? You let me know. I'm leaning towards they just trying to smear him when it goes this far, bro. Check this out. We got a little intro to get into, y'all.
Well, let's get to something we are enthusiastic about. Robbie, what is on your radar?
Well, when is a news story not a news story? Maybe when Pete Hegseth, Donald Trump's nominee for Secretary of Defense, utterly disproves it before it's even published. So here's what happened. Yesterday, Hegseth posted on X that the journalistic organization ProPublica, which he described as a, quote, left-wing hack group, we can debate about that, was planning to publish a bombshell report contradicting Hegseth's account that he had been accepted to West Point in 1999. Hegseth set the record straight by publishing his letter of acceptance, signed by West Point Superintendent Lieutenant General Daniel Christman of the U.S. Army. Combat veteran and conservative pundit Rob Smith celebrated Hegseth for putting down what would have been an entirely fake news cycle generated by, he says, left-wing billionaires.
Yo, literally, dude, he shot him down hard. Shot them down hard. And apparently, this whole debacle has just placed him front and center for actually getting nominated. We were worried about it, right? There was a lot of pressure against him, but it's exposed their techniques and put him front and center for actually getting nominated, dude. This is exciting, dude. ProPublica just hit the roadside bomb of journalism. When the now leftist independent investigative news organization is forced to pick up the pieces of its blown up hit piece on Pete Hegseth, an IED of political opposition research style reportage. But while it tries to put on a brave face, ProPublica didn't merely beclown itself with its latest smear job. The news outlet just guaranteed Hegseth's confirmation as President-elect Trump's defense secretary. A soldier's soldier. The crazy nature of leftist scorched earth politics is that a distinguished veteran of 2 wars, a man who truly dodged roadside bombs, has been under constant attack by Democrats and war-hungry Republicans since Trump called on him to serve his country again. Hegseth is the perfect pick to clean up a Pentagon infiltrated by corruption, callousness, greed, and leftist indoctrination. Yeah, that's the vibe I get from Hegseth too, man. And honestly, man, like we need someone who's been on the ground. We need someone who understands what it's like, because what I keep hearing over and over again from both people that like and don't like Trump is that Trump in the first administration would bypass his advisors and talk to actual people on the ground. Like, I heard a story that at 2 a.m. he was on a plane out to Afghanistan or somewhere out there in the Middle East, and he was talking to people on the ground, boots on the ground, because he didn't trust what his advisors were selling him, and he really didn't know if the time frame they were giving him was real. And it's that type of thing, man. It's that type of thing that the neoliberal corporatist establishment hates. And it's, dude, between Kash Patel for the FBI, between Hegseth over here for the DOJ or the DOD, dude, man, like this is what we need. People that understand what it's like to be on the ground, that really value that connection and that information on the ground, and have more of a connection to the people that are there at the front lines than they do to the international banking system, its corporate partners, and the elites that just want to move things on that 30,000-foot overview, because those people can't be trusted, man. In 2013, Princeton University graduate and commissioned infantry officer in the Army National Guard led combat soldiers in Afghanistan and Iraq, also serving at Guantanamo Bay. He was CEO of Concerned Veterans for America, an organization whose mission is to advance policies that will preserve the freedom and prosperity of the veterans and their families that so proudly fought and sacrificed, to defend. His longtime friend and fellow war veteran veteran Mark Lucas recently wrote at The Federalist, Hegseth's leadership will ensure our military returns to the basics of defeating our adversaries rather than pushing a social justice agenda. Our military is in the midst of a readiness and recruitment crisis, and reform is needed fast, wrote Lucas, who, like Hegseth, served as an infantry rifle platoon leader in combat. He also worked with the cabinet secretary nominee at CVA. He's Hegseth, that was the Concerned Veterans for America. Hegseth is a soldier, not a life of Pentagon general. That's exactly what I'm talking about. That's what we need. That's why he faces so much bipartisan hatred in the deep state, which we already talked about earlier. The deep state is a real thing. It's the embedded bureaucrats. It's the embedded people that are in that revolving door between corporations and appointed positions in government. Not because of anonymous sources pushing salacious and unfounded gossip, literally. That's journalism, so perhaps it was no surprise that ProPublica got busted preparing to publish a false hit piece claiming Hegseth was shut out of West Point. We understand that ProPublica, the left-wing hack group, is planning to publish a knowingly false report that I was not accepted to West Point in 1999, Hegseth wrote on Wednesday on X before the smear job went out. Hegseth attached a copy of his acceptance letter, blowing up ProPublica's game. In it, then West Point Superintendent Lieutenant General Christman wrote that the candidate has demonstrated exceptional potential for future service to your country and fellow citizens. Hell yeah, man. Oh, dude, that's awesome, man. Yo, let's take a look at this real quick. Here it is. Oh, man, trying to play games, dude. They're trying to play games, man, and they willing to just lie to your face over and over and over again, man. Seriously, dude. Apparently, there's even more to this we're about to get to in a second. ProPublica senior editor Jesse Eisinger huffed that the publication was lied to by its sources. West Point Public Affairs, according to Eisinger, twice told ProPublica on the record that Hegseth hadn't even applied there. We reached out. Hegseth's spokesperson gave us his acceptance letter. We didn't publish the story. Yeah, he then defensively declared, that's journalism. No, it's not, because ProPublica reporters aren't journalists. They're employees of a radical left-wing opposition research operation. As my colleague Sean Fleetwood wrote on Wednesday at The Federalist, ProPublica is bankrolled by liberal dark money interests and staffed by Democrat partisans. The outlet has invested a lot of time in a seemingly coordinated smear campaign against Supreme Court Justices Samuel Alito and Clarence Thomas, Fleetwood wrote last year. There wasn't anything notable about their decision not to publish. Okay, whatever. They gave Hegseth the story he gave them just 1 hour to reply to their false premise. Oh wow. A ransom note would have been as journalistically ethical. So he only had an hour. He had to bum rush, find the thing, and then put that up there in an hour. And he did it like a boss. He did it like a boss, bro. Yo, and then I thought the left wing didn't have any media. I thought the left wing didn't have any media though. I thought the problem was that the right wing owned all the media. Yo, apparently it gets even worse because that Publica Hatchet job on Pete Hegseth just got worse, according to Town Hall. President-elect Defense Secretary nominee Hegseth was able to fire the kill shot at ProPublica from the grassy knoll in their attempt to assassinate his character. The publication was printing that story about him. He showed his acceptance letter, which led the editors to drop this story and declare that's journalism. Yeah, the fart-sniffing exercise can end now. We have their emails about how they went about this story, which was sent to Mr. Hegseth's attorney. Ooh, running with West Point's lie, smearing Hegseth as a liar, and suggesting this makes him unfit to run for the Defense Department, only giving him an hour to respond. Oh my gosh. Nothing in Jesse's 11-tweet thread even hinted. Oh my gosh. Oh man. Yo, that's wild, dude. That is wild, man. Oh my God, yo, let's check it out. What does it say? What does it say right here? What does it say? What is going on, man? Dear, this is Justin Elliott from ProPublica. I'm reaching out with an urgent request for comment from your client, Pete Hegseth. We're moving quickly, so please let me know as soon as possible. Our deadline is in 1 hour. Mr. Hegseth said, I got into West Point and then repeated the claim. Yo, 1 hour. Oh my gosh. Dude, the absolutely goobers at ProPublica went full self-fart smithing yesterday about what actual journalism looks like. Okay. Yo, pathetic and embarrassing. Word. Okay. All right. So it's just a massive flop on their face. All right, man. Dude, hilarious, dude. You love to see it. They botched the operation, man. Dude, selective investigator. Interesting. ProPublica didn't go after the Tim Walz stolen valor story with the same zeal it displayed during pursuing the botched West Point piece. I wonder why. It doesn't appear ProPublica had much to say about the military exaggerations and downright lies of Minnesota governor and failed vice presidential candidate, although it did work with CNN on a juicy investigation into Walt's years of anonymous and insipid cuisine commentary on Hot or Not Dish.net subforums under the nom de plume Darth Tater. Oh my jeez, bro. What a joke. Hegseth remains a fighter, not a politician. A week ago, we posted a powerful photo of two Marines kneeling at a memorial to a fallen comrade. He wrote, maybe it's time for a Secretary of Defense who has led in combat, been on patrol for days, pulled the trigger, heard bullets whiz by, called in close air support, led medevacs, and dodged IEDs, and understands to his core the power of this photo because he has been on that knee. Yeah, yo, absolutely, man. Man, come on. How can you argue with that? How can you argue with that, guys? Absolutely, man. I totally agree, dude. ProPublica sanctimoniously declares its mission to expose the abuses of power and betrayals of public trust by government, business, and other institutions, using the moral force of investigative journalism to spur reform through the sustained spotlight of wrongdoing. But ProPublica once again exposed itself as a public relation firm for the Democrat Party. This time, its bombshell report backfired it right in its face, and the collateral damage to the left will be Soldier Pete Hegseth as America's next Secretary of Defense. I hope so, man. Yo, that dude sounds like a real good dude. Yo, if I'm wrong, maybe I'm an idiot. Let me know in the comments. I appreciate you guys, and I will see you guys tomorrow, right? I think this was the last segment. I appreciate it.